Hi, welcome to Loft 801. My name is Diego, and today I'm talking about the latest Shudder installment of the VHS horror anthology series, VHS Beyond. Released on October 4th, 2024, it is the 7th entry in the franchise and delivers on the traditional found footage horror, this time with a sci-fi twist. The film is composed of several short films, each exploring facets of horror, and I will talk about each one. But before I hop into my review, if you want to support the channel, then please take a second to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you, I appreciate it. As a warning, this review will contain some heavy spoilers, so please continue at your own risk. Lastly, if there's something you want to see reviewed, don't forget to let me know by leaving a comment and I will do my best to get to it. Thank you. I'm hopping in 3, 2, 1. So up first, let's talk about the wraparound mockumentary narrative. It's called Abduction and was directed by Jay Cheel. It begins with an anonymous Redditor claiming to have purchased video cassettes at a flea market containing evidence of an alien encounter. Cheel receives digitized footage from these tapes, leading to an exploration of the Farrington House, a Toronto urban legend. I've been watching a lot of Ghost Adventures lately with my girlfriend, and this is very similar. It's not spooky and does a poor job of setting the tone for the anthology. This wraparound narrative interjects after each short film, and unfortunately for me, it plucked me out of the fun I was having. This anthology did not need an overarching narrative. What would have been better is if they'd removed the wraparound mockumentary and had text at the start of the film giving us context about how the short films were sent to the FBI and were finally cleared to be released for public viewing. I think something like that would have been a lot scarier and less intrusive, especially given the fact that they just confirmed aliens are in the ocean. On that note, the final segment of the mockumentary is titled Homecoming and was directed by Justin Martinez. It reveals the fate of the final owner of the Farrington House and is quite sci-fi sinister. The owner is dead on a bed with an alien creature inserting a camera down his throat. It's a bit of an uncomfortable body horror experience, but it only lasts for about a minute. So I don't think the mockumentary paid off in the slightest and it could have been removed. I'm sorry, Digital Quarter, you guys are awesome, but this film did not require your expertise. There are 5 short films sandwiched between the mockumentary. I'm going to cover them in order. So up first, we have Stork, directed by Downey. This was my favorite film in the anthology. If it hadn't been for this film, I don't know if I could have stomached the mockumentary and I would have missed out on some really cool stuff. Stork follows rookie police officer Segura, who joins a covert team investigating a series of child kidnappings. The team encounters zombified children and a brain-sucking alien creature, blending elements of zombie horror with extraterrestrial invasion. The film was perfectly executed. The use of body cam footage provides an insanely immersive first-person perspective that makes the action sequences intense. I felt like I was watching Call of Duty Zombies in real life. This segment is violent and gory in a way that reminded me of The Evil Dead. The practical effects and creature design are visceral and reminiscent of survival horror video games like Resident Evil and Outlast. I have zero complaints about this film, and I would love to see Downey make a feature film. Straight up masterful. The second film is Dream Girl by Virat Pal. Set in India, the story follows paparazzi Arnab and Sonu as they attempt to capture candid footage of Bollywood star Tara. Arnab tries to sneak some footage of her in her trailer, but after her manager berates her, he tells her she doesn't need to be pushed around. She can be whoever she wants. An unfortunate choice of words because she is an android and chooses to be a ruler, massacring everybody on set. I love this film. It's a fun segment exploring celebrity obsession, the invasive nature of paparazzi culture, and the hidden darkness behind fame. The inclusion of a Bollywood dance number adds cultural authenticity and contrasts sharply against the ensuing horror. My only complaint about this film is the lighting during the massacre. Tara cuts the lights, and as a viewer, I had a hard time following the action. Again, that was my only complaint. Dream Girl is a solid second film in the anthology. The third film is Live and Let Dive by Justin Martinez. This segment focuses on a group of friends celebrating a birthday with a skydiving adventure. Mid-flight, they encounter a UFO, leading to a catastrophic crash in a deadly game of cat and mouse with alien creatures on the ground. Things are very unpredictable because of how OP the aliens are. This film perfectly captures the chaos and confusion of the situation. My complaints with this film are that the CGI for the aliens feels and looks like CGI, and the acting was overly exaggerated. In some instances, it was challenging to take the horror seriously. Now, this was a good film, but it was definitely my 4th favorite one. My 2nd favorite film was the 4th one, Fur Babies by Justin Long. Just like Stork, this film blew me away. The narrative follows Becky Baxter, a suburban dog sitter who harbors a sinister secret. Activists from Humans Against Animal Cruelty investigate her, only to discover she performs grotesque surgeries, transforming humans into canine hybrids. This segment perfectly balances horror and dark humor, with Becky's character reminiscent of iconic villains like Annie Wilkes. Libby Letlow plays the fur mommy, and she was fantastic. I hope she gets more acting roles. The practical effects depicting the human-dog hybrids are both disturbing and impressive. The sound design also enhances the the unsettling atmosphere, particularly when the hybrids are munching. Again, like Stork, I have zero complaints. Good job, Justin Long. The final film in the anthology was unfortunately my least favorite one. It's called Stowaway and was directed by Kate Siegel. The segment follows Haley, a vlogger investigating alien sightings in the Mojave Desert. I heard Mojave Desert and my ears immediately perked up because I thought of Fallout New Vegas. I freaking love that game. During her investigations, Haley encounters a mysterious black orb, which turns out to be an alien spacecraft. After boarding, she becomes trapped with nanites and ultimately dies when the ship travels through space. Curiosity killed the cat. I think this segment was okay. I loved the setting, but the low light, especially in the ship, made it nearly impossible to see what was going on. Audibly, I can hear her desperation, but I can't visibly see it. This is unfortunate because I'm a big show me, don't tell me kind of guy. So personally, I would have been okay with this film being excluded from the anthology. Removing it would have shortened the runtime by 23 minutes, which I'm perfectly fine with. I guess while I'm thinking of the runtime, removing the mockumentary and only including the 4 films, Stork, Dreamgirl, Live and Let Dive, and Fur Babies would have resulted in a near perfect anthology. The runtime would have only been about an hour and 20 minutes and would have moved along quick enough to have zero pacing issues. VHS Beyond delivers a mixed anthology experience where standout segments like Stork and Fur Babies outshine the collection. Directed by Jay Cheel, the wraparound narrative Abduction introduces a mockumentary setup but unfortunately feels unnecessary and distracts from individual shorts. In Stork, the anthology's highlight, Jordan Downey delivers an intense blend of alien horror and first-person zombie combat, reminiscent of Resident Evil and The Evil Dead with dynamic body cam action sequences. Dreamgirl by Virat Pal adds Bollywood flair to the horror, balancing cultural authenticity with a brutal massacre sequence. Live and Let Dive presents alien action and chaos during a skydiving misadventure but suffers from exaggerated performances and CGI that looks like CGI. Fur Babies, Justin Long's quirky horror about a psychotic dog sitter, delivers dark humor and inventive practical effects reminiscent of classic horror films, brought to life by Libby Letlow's excellent performance. Lastly, Stowaway, directed by Kate Siegel, centers on an alien spaceship in the Mojave Desert but stumbles with visibility issues in the dimly lit scenes. Ultimately, VHS Beyond would have benefited from omitting the wraparound narrative and focusing on the anthology's strongest entries, which would have resulted in a tighter, more impactful collection. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the anthology and recommend watching it, especially if you're into aliens. There are just some things I wish would have been better. Thank you for listening to my review of VHS Beyond. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and hit subscribe. If you did not enjoy the content, thank you for sticking around. As always, I would love to read what you have to say, so leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Also, if you want me to review something, don't forget to let me know by leaving a comment and I will do my best to get to it. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, then you can check out my vlogs linked up above or my podcast, Good Friends. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Diego and I will see you next time.